Deep in the heart of Texas, the NBA playoffs continue on TNT. It's the first game of 3 from San Antonio. It's game 1 between the #1 overall seed in the West, the San Antonio Spurs, and the 8 seed Memphis Grizzlies. Can the 4-time NBA champion Spurs make one more playoff run? Charles Barkley says no, definitely not. In fact, they're not even going to make it out of the first round against Memphis. Matt Devil alongside Hall of Famer Kevin McHale. Manu Ginobili injured his right elbow in the season finale last Wednesday. He will not play today. How does that change the game plan?
Oh, affects it immensely if you're the San Antonio Spurs. You're talking about a leading scorer, a guy that goes out there and creates so much offense off the dribble, a guy with high energy. He brings so much, and he's their closer in close games. They're missing a lot. George Hill is going to have to stand up and play great basketball today.
All right, time now for the Budweiser starting lineups for the Memphis Grizzlies. A mark of 46-36. They are in the playoffs for the first time since 2006. Zach Randolph, their best player according to Chuck, and then Tony Parker, George Hill, Richard Jefferson, Tim Duncan will log more minutes, and Antonio McDyess. They own the second best record in the NBA, the best in the West. And Greg Popovich telling us today they need Indiana George.
Yeah, Indiana George is the aggressive George. He's the one that's attacking and just putting a lot of pressure on the defense. He said George has a tendency at times to get very passive, Matt, and just pass and look for Timmy and stuff. He said that can't help it. That can't happen today. They got to play the same way. They got to play up-tempo, aggressive, attack the basket and the break.
George Hill, Greg Popovich telling us that when he played in Indiana at Ooey Pooey, he said he would touch and score.
Yeah, you know what? The thing he told him just a couple weeks ago was quit thinking so much. We were down here, and he said, George Hill's thinking way too much. He's going to have to just go out there and play. And I always like it because when a coach tells you don't think, that's when you're at your best, Matt.
Right now, we have a clock malfunction. The reason for Derek Stafford heading over to the official scores table. Derek Stafford, Ed Malloy, Pat Frere, Lionel Hollins, who won a title with the Portland Trail Blazers in 1977, has turned the fortunes of the Memphis Grizzlies around last year, 40-42. First time they're in the playoffs since 2006. And since January 1, they have been outstanding.
Yeah, 32-18, playing great basketball. And the big change that Coach Hollins made this year was a much more emphasis on defense. They're much better defensively. They protect the paint. They go in there, you know, they're a unique team. They're going to turn you over. They're going to do a lot of stuff. They're going to get out. They're going to press up on you, as you see Manu Ginobili, who's not playing. But the Grizzlies are going to get up on you. They're going to turn you over, Matt. They're going to run. They're just a gritty, grimy, tough team, and I think they really represent how Coach Hollins played basketball.
This clock is very much like your alarm clock this morning.
I was up with the birds, baby, the roosters this morning.
All right, 3 ticks off of the game clock, and Derek Stafford has it straightened out. It appears, and now they're still doing some work. Marc Gasol, you see there. Gasol, the younger brother of Pau Gasol. And
he's going to play. He's going to play Timmy head up. Talking to Coach Hollins, it's going to be head up. Gasol versus Tim Duncan, and I'm looking forward to that matchup.
Greg Popovich telling us do not disrespect Marc Gasol. He can flat out play. Here's Hill up top. Hill has one of the best defenders in the game on him, and Tony Allen. After a slight delay, and now a whistle and a foul. Ed Malloy with the call.
Well, one of the ways to loosen up a great defender like Allen is get a couple early fouls on him, and Hill's going to have to drive and get him off him because Tony Allen's capable of shutting you out, not only shutting you down, but shutting you out.
He's had some memorable defensive games, including against the Thunder's Kevin Durant. Here's McDyess, jumper, shot doesn't go, and Gasol comes down with the rebound. They have been the San Antonio Spurs starting Antonio McDyess down the stretch in anticipation of matchups in the playoffs. Conley, the quick point guard to Gasol, and a blocking foul. Taking it right inside, and that's what they do.
Wow. beautiful little drop pass by Conley to Gasol going hard to the rack. I mean, look at this nice little drop right there, and he doesn't even hesitate. He just goes up, throws it in, and chance for an N1. And talking to Coach Hollins, they're going to run the pick and roll a lot to post up. They're going to run pick and roll, not to shoot jump shots and not to shoot threes, but to get the ball to guys rolling hard and guys setting up in the paint.
Foul was on Jefferson, and a three-point play to begin for Marc Gasol. In his third season, 26 years of age. Averaged just under 12.7 rebounds. Better than a block a game. Tony Parker. Parker guarded by Conley. Shot clock down to 5. Parker on the inside. And a whistle and a foul. And that's a foul on Parker in his first.
An offensive foul, and this is a big matchup. Look, Parker in the post is awful good, and Conley's going to have his hands full today. He's got to do a really good job not getting foul trouble guarding Tony because they need Conley on the floor, Matt. Their backup point guard situation's a little shaky.
Davis, Vasquez, and Ish Smith. The block there. Here's Jefferson. Memphis gets back in transition. Duncan coming off of a season in which Jefferson knocks down the 2. The average career lows in points. And the minutes played, and Jefferson drills the open look. Conley. Sam Young. Guarded tightly as Conley by Parker. Zach Randolph pops out high. He has that face-up game.
He can get it from 15, 18 feet. I like him on the post a little bit more than I do shooting the jump shot, but he's capable of making that jump shot and really has expanded his game. Has played great since he's been in Memphis. Played at all-star level.
The 3, and Jefferson.
Another guy that Popovich said, don't think too much. Catch and shoot it. Catch and drive it. Quit thinking with the ball. Just be aggressive. And Pop said you never know. If you shoot it, he said it might go in.
And it has the first 2 times. Randolph with a quick move along the end line, and he turns it over, and it's going to be San Antonio.
And everybody's talking about Timmy Duncan and what type of energy level does he have? Well, Timmy said, oh, I can still get up and block that shot. Great block shot, and that's what the Spurs won on. Their 4 championships were all based on defense and protecting the paint.
You know, the theory out there is that they're going to somehow change as the playoffs start. Their approach, the floater doesn't go. Offensive rebound for Duncan. Jefferson on a kick out to Duncan. Duncan on the move and a whistle and a foul. Greg Popovich told us, he said, we can't change. I hope we don't change.
No, they can't change. They've played up-tempo all year long. They've played a little bit more of a European style, getting up. Coach Popovich did a great job this year changing up their offense. They used to, no more walking it up, no more just dropping it down to Timmy. They play a much more of an open style, and he said, hey, that's what we're going to do. The Spurs need easy baskets, Matt. They can't afford to get in grinded out games. They just don't have that type team anymore.
Gasol picks up his first. Hill. McDyess from the elbow. San Antonio back up by 2, and they're 3 of 5 to start. This is a season series as Conley turns it over on the cut. Each team won 2 games, winning on their home floor. The Grizzlies have played the Spurs tough. Lost an overtime game here. First meeting, Duncan right to the hole with a slam dunk.
Beautiful high-low there by McDyess. McDyess saw him being fronted. He went up here and Grizzlies are going to call a timeout right here. But a great high-low pass, McDyess to young Timmy Duncan. Looking good, throwing it down hard.
Managing minutes, Kevin. Managing minutes. A 7-0 run by the Spurs.
Here you go, pick and roll right now. Hill throws it back to McDyess, and that's what he does. He knocks down those 15-footers. And this is what you got to have. Front the post, seal him, get it to him. The big horse goes in and gets a dunk. Knock it down, Timmy D.
Don't nobody believe in us. We the underdogs. Like you said, it's the first time Memphis been back to the playoffs since what, 06, I think. So, you know, a lot of people in this world ain't heard about the Grizzlies. Like, wow, you know, who's the Memphis Grizzlies? But we here, and you know, we here to play.
Charles Barkley believes in him.
And not so much right now. Yeah, Chuck went out on a limb and said they wouldn't. The Spurs would not win this series, and the Grizz would beat them.
Called them overrated, the Spurs. And Conley comes out of the timeout, knocks it down.
That's a key for the Grizz. He's got to make those jump shots. Conley can break defenses down, but he's got to be able to make that 18 to 20-foot shot.
Parker on the inside, deep post position for McDyess. Jefferson slips, finds Duncan. Duncan with a sweet left finger roll.
Timmy looks good right now.
The early start time.
Yeah, I hear you. He likes these noon games. But that's where he has an advantage. You know, Gasol's a big, strong guy, but Timmy can still go by him a little bit with that dribble, and really a nice move by Duncan down there.
Gasol, the double comes with a McDyess. Randolph, high-low. Shot clock at 4. Here's Randolph at 3. Doesn't fall. Jefferson rebounding, a key for Greg Popovich's team. Parker on the inside, denied, and Randolph sends it ahead to Sam Young. Young on a pull-up, no. Quick shot. Spurs by 4. 5 of 8. Now 5 of 9. Young with a rebound.
Yeah, the Grizz want to get up and play at a faster tempo and try to get some easy baskets. But I thought that Young pulled the trigger a little early on that last possession by the Grizzlies. And right here, Matt, the sliding, throwing down, little head fake, ooh, going in, left hand. And I tell you what, like I said, Timmy looks really active. You know, and he looks really slender. He's like he's lost some weight getting ready for the playoffs. They've rested him all year long, but you're going to get 38 to 40 minutes of Tim Duncan in the playoffs. And Pop said he still thinks he can bring the thunder when he needs it.
Shane Battier checks in from the 6th overall selection by the Memphis Grizzlies. Conley well off the mark. Battier gets back. Hill attacking, and Battier disrupting things there on the defensive end. That's what he does. Blocking foul, and it's going to be charged to Gary Neal, the rookie, and to Towson. Conley out of Ohio State and left early with Greg Oden. They're going to need major minutes out of him.
Major minutes, 40 plus, and he's got to be a steadying influence for this team, coming out, getting him in the offense, knowing when to run, knowing when to hold back, knowing when to go inside to Randolph and Gasol, knowing when to get some perimeter guys going. But what he needs to do is stay out of foul trouble and really take care of the ball. You know his heart's beating a million miles an hour, first playoff game here in San Antonio, but he's handled it well so far, and he cannot get in foul trouble guarding a very aggressive Tony Parker.
Early on in his career, they didn't know, 4th overall selection 2007, if he was the guy, but they turned it over to him, gave him a big extension, and a little bit of belief. It's gone a long way. Parker open look, and the shot doesn't go, and a whistle and a foul on the floor. And it's going to be charged to Zach Randolph.
Well, Zach felt he was pushing the back, not happy with that call, questioning a little bit, and thought McDyess gave him a little shove in the back. And let's take a look here what's happening. Randolph is in there trying to box him out, gets engaged again, and they call the foul on him. Not a great call. Zach's not happy with that one.
That's his first. Hill. Duncan gives it back to Hill. And another call. Foul's going to be on Tony Allen. That is his second, and that's a concern from a defensive standpoint, as O.J. Mayo is going to check in, and Tony Allen, the defensive stopper, picks up his second with 6:16 remaining in the opening quarter.
Talked about it. How do you get a great defender off you, Matt? Get him in foul trouble. He's on the bench. He can't defend you now. And right here, now you're going to see Parker and these guys really break down the defense and do that right there. Get it inside and kick it out for some jump shots.
O.J. Mayo has had a tough year. Conley, the cut right to the bucket.
Great pass by Randolph. You know, years ago, Zach would have held onto that ball and tried to get a shot himself, but he's really turned into an unselfish player here in Memphis, and a great little drop-off pass to Conley.
Memphis coming out of that Lionel Hollins timeout. They've tied it up. Loose ball, and last touch by San Antonio, Grizzlies basketball.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about Randolph here. In years past, he'd have held that ball, but boy, he doesn't hold it there. Throws it, gets it off, and Coach Lionel Holland has told him, if you will pass early, get everybody else involved, by the fourth quarter, you'll be playing head up down there and really be able to go at the defenders when we need you the most in the fourth quarter.
He also mentioned that if you want to score in this offense, you got to go inside. You got to cut to the bucket. Conley has the last 6 for the Grizzlies. Here's Randolph on the inside. Number 1 in points in the paint are the Memphis Grizzlies, improving it there. Randolph with 4.
He just has a knack for scoring down there, Randolph. You know, he doesn't jump very high, but he's got great hands, and he's just got a great touch. And all those little 2 and 3 and 4 foot throw shots he makes.
6-0 run by Memphis, and a whistle and a foul on a McDyess, and that's going to be his first.
Now it gets interesting for me. With Bonner coming in, Bonner's going to see who's going to, okay, that's who Bonner's going to guard. He's going to guard Arthur right now. They took Zach Randolph off, but Bonner comes in to spread the floor, Matt, and to make threes. He's leading the league in three-point field goal percentage, and they need him to really play well. And he struggled a little bit in the playoff last year.
And Kevin, it's actually the second on McDyess, so he's going to lead. Bonner's on the floor, as you mentioned, lead the NBA in three-point shooting, and another whistle and a foul. Conley, and that is his first. Mike Conley picks it up. So 4 of the 5 starters for the Grizzlies with at least 1 personal foul.
The Grizzlies are a very aggressive team, and they are going to have some fouls. I mean, they're going to get out there, and you know, you hate to foul George Hill at the half-court line for Conley, because Conley needs to play such extended minutes. He can't pick up cheap fouls like that, man.
So bonus situation with 4:56 remaining here in this first quarter. George Hill misses the first.
Yeah, you see right there, he's got to bring young energy to this team, the Spurs. He's one of the few guys in that backcourt that's young, he's athletic, he can get after it. And again, as you talked about it, Pops wants the Indiana George, aggressive, you know, and he's doing that. He picked up 2 quick fouls on Tony Allen just by attacking the rim, Matt, and getting the Spurs in the penalty early.
Darrell Arthur on the floor for Memphis. Battier sends it to Gasol, and a whistle and a foul out of Matt Bonner. And so Bonner picks it up. And Gasol is going to head to the line. You look at what the Memphis Grizzlies want to do. They get after you.
No question. You see it right there. They're going to get after you. They're going to force turnovers, first in the league. They get a ton of steals, and they run off those steals. The point in the paint is really due to Gasol and Randolph, you know, dominating in offensive rebounds. You see, they really, Pop was concerned. He said they kicked our tails in the paint in the 2 games they won, and he's very concerned about the Grizzlies' just toughness and just kind of grit in that paint, and that's who they are. For people that don't know the Memphis Grizzlies, they're a tough, hard-nosed team that are going to get after you.
They're plus 68 in the 4 games in points in the paint. Shot clock down to 7. Bonner, and a whistle again, and a foul on O.J. Mayo. And the first on Mayo.
Yeah, you're going to see that, you know, the Grizz are going to run around. Look at, they're going to come in there, they cut him off. They got 3 guys on the ball. Then what do? They sprint back out. They run out, and oh, I tell you what, they got Mayo on the old trick of when the guy's passing him, you know what you try to do? Hit him in the forearm. It deflects the ball, but they caught Mayo on that, and now Bonner's going to be at the line.
Bonner, the first one is good. You know, Lionel Holland said, you know, our team, we bump, we grind, we scratch.
Yep.
We claw. He said it's kind of who we are as a team, and when you think about him as a player, back in the day, he was all defensive first team.
Yeah, and he could shoot that 15, 18-footer. He was tough as nails, and this team reflects a little bit of how Lionel Holland played the game. You know, like he talks about it, grit and grind.
Can't leave out the heart in that. Battier from the corner, the 3.
That's what Shane Battier does. He stands in those corners, and if you're not on him, he will make that corner 3, and that's his favorite shot, Matt.
Grizzlies now up by 4 here. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Duncan driving, going right at Marc Gasol. Duncan 3 of 3, 6 points and 3 rebounds.
And putting the ball on the floor and attacking Gasol and really being aggressive on the offensive end. Pop's got to love seeing that out of Timmy.
Gasol, jumper good. Squares up and drills it. 7 points for Gasol. 4-point lead for Memphis.
And right here, you got Timmy in the ball. They're going to play him head up. No double team comes. Shape him up. Take him to the rack. Underneath. Timmy looking good early.
Welcome back to San Antonio. Time for the Gatorade Around the Cooler. I'm Mark Fine. And, well, the big story coming into this series, of course, the injury to Manu Ginobili. But this is modus operandi for the San Antonio Spurs. 4 straight postseasons now, Ginobili has had to deal with an injury, and it's earned him a little bit of a reputation. His teammates have a great nickname for him, guys. They call him El Contusion. Obviously, the contusion in Spanish. Matt?
All right, 1-4 in the postseason without Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, he's their closer. He's the guy that makes big plays at the end of the game. They're definitely going to miss him. And like I said, George Hill's going to have to be really big for Spurs.
Grizzlies by 4. Duncan with a hook. Tim Duncan, I guess he's been waiting a while for the playoffs to begin.
We call that playing possum. he's been curled up and waiting for the playoffs. Really looks active and is very aggressive.
O.J. Mayo triggers a 3 and it doesn't fall. Second chance opportunity.
Mayo's one of the guys that the Grizz have got to get going. He's got to make shots. He's one of their best perimeter shooters. You see a turnover here. Oh, they gave it back to the Grizz. But Mayo's got to be a guy that just catches and shoots it. Lionel Hollins, another guy, said, don't think too much, OJ. Just get it, shoot it, and be aggressive. And
O.J. Mayo, 11 points this season, down from a season ago. His role has changed immensely, now coming off of the bench, not starting. Gasol on the inside.
Nice move, yeah, very nice move. Got it down there, nice little crossing. Got the ball so deep in the paint, just using that great size of his and great hands. Nice little bank shot.
Duncan's 4 of 4 from the field. Gasol's 3 of 3. And deflected out of bounds. It'll be San Antonio basketball. Tim Duncan, active early.
Oh, look, starting out with a block shot, little high-low for a dunk. Spacing him up, taking it in there, that left-handed runner. Again, going at him off the dribble, and Timmy looking very, very good here. Very spry, a young Timmy Duncan tonight.
Well, Charles Barkley, he's energized him, I think. It's like reverse psychology. Parker on the inside with the left hand.
Yeah, Timmy didn't like when he said that they were overrated. They'd lose this series. The Riverwalk was a stream.
Yes.
And the thing he upset him the most was he said the Texas women were really big.
Yeah, well,
San Antonio loves Charles.
Yeah, that was Chuck that said that, not us.
Randolph. And a foul. And a double, DeJuan Blair and Gary Neal. And the foul is going to be charged to DeJuan Blair. And Randolph is still down.
Yeah, Randolph got hit in the head, got down there, but you can expect Randolph to see many different defenses by San Antonio. They're going to come on him from the top. They'll come what San Antonio calls a baseline go, come from the baseline on him. They're going to let him play head up a little bit, but Pop wants to change up on Randolph, and Randolph concerns him as much as more than anybody else on the Memphis Grizzlies team, because he's capable of throwing 25 and 15 at you every single night.
And it's one of the things Greg Popovich will do. He mixes it up a ton. And we're talking about what they like to do and where they like to come. And you said that Greg Popovich was one of the first that was bringing it from the baseline.
Yeah, it's called the baseline go. They come from the baseline. Most double teams come from the top down. They'll come from the baseline, change it up. They leave the far corner open for you. They make you find that guy. It's a very effective defense, and that's why Pop is such a good playoff coach. He makes changes inside games. He'll make changes from game to game, and he's a great coach, and that's why he has 4 world championships under his belt.
Gary Neal comes up short. Blair offensive rebound. One of the greatest coaches in the history of the game. Spinning, Parker, Jefferson, along with Bonner, Blair, and Neal. Ravis Vasquez, O.J. Mayo, Battier, Arthur, and Randolph on the floor for Memphis.
And that was a great defensive sequence by Memphis. The entire defense, everybody moved their feet, they helped, they challenged the shot at the end and got the rebound. Really a nice defensive stand there by Memphis.
Memphis by 2. Mayo back up top. Battier trying to post up on Neal. Shot doesn't go. Jefferson tears it down. Grizzlies 53% here in this first quarter. Spurs 47%. Parker spinning. Push shot. Hangs on the rim. Randolph comes away with it.
That's Parker's shot. He loves that shot in the paint, but they're making him work. They're making him shoot over some people, got hands in his face, but that's what Tony does. He breaks the defense down.
1 of 6 to begin for Tony Parker. Tossed up and through.
How did he slither that through? I mean, he shot that thing like between Blair's arms. How did that go in?
Randolph with 6 points. Slight differential, game clock, shot clock. Bonner to Neal. Neal driving, gets it off the glass. Vasquez pushes, Mayo the 3, got it! O.J. Mayo. Mayo at the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. Game 1 from San Antonio. The Memphis Grizzlies with the advantage, 27-22 as we go to the second.
Mark Fine back in San Antonio. Memphis with a lead after the first quarter. I'm with Coach Lionel Hollins. Coach, a lot made of the experience difference between these two teams. How did you feel you guys came out?
Well, I thought we came out good. We made a few mistakes defensively, but we started correcting ourselves, and we were getting the ball up court. A lot of our pick and roll stuff has hurt them, especially the step-ups.
How about the play of Tim Duncan? He looks like he got in a way-back machine. Looks like a Tim Duncan of about 10 years ago. What do you got to do to stop him?
Well, we got to do a better job on forcing him to help, but I thought that they would go to Tim Duncan more than they had been during the regular season.
All right, you drop. Mark Fine back in San Antonio. Memphis with a lead after the first quarter. I'm with Coach Lionel Hollins. Coach, a lot made of the experience difference between these two teams. How did you feel you guys came out?
Well, I thought we came out good. We made a few mistakes defensively, but we started correcting ourselves, and we were getting the ball up court. A lot of our pick and roll stuff has hurt them, especially the step-ups.
How about the play of Tim Duncan? He looks like he got in a way-back machine. Looks like a Tim Duncan of about 10 years ago. What do you got to do to stop him?
Well, we got to do a better job on forcing him to help, but I thought that they would go to Tim Duncan more than they had been during the regular season.
All right, did you draw up that shot for Mayo at the end there?
Just a lot of luck involved, baby.
All right, thanks. Guys, back to you.
Lionel Hollins. And the three-pointer was good. Derek Stafford, Ed Malloy, Pat Frere went over. And Derek Stafford coming over to us at
Yep.
close.
Got it off just by a millisecond.
O.J. Mayo. San Antonio basketball as we begin the second quarter. Kevin to Memphis with their largest lead. The O.J. Mayo 3 at the end of the first. Parker along with Neal, Bonner, Jefferson, and Blair. Neal between the legs, pulls back, fires over Conley.
Boy, Neal came out, had a great drive, a hard drive in there for a layup for his first hoop. Now a little step back. He's a very aggressive offensive player and can create his own shot. And they're going to need that with no mono. Spurs are going to need a couple guys to create their own shot.
Conley, Arthur, Randolph, Battier, and O.J. Mayo. Conley cut off by Bonner. in the corner. Mayo, hop step, pull up, shot doesn't fall. And Jefferson is there to collect another rebound, his 4th. Jefferson drives. And a foul.
Yeah, Coach Popovich earlier today, we talked to him, said he really wants Jefferson to rebound. He wants Jefferson to be very aggressive. So he's got to be happy. Jefferson's already got 4 rebounds. He's being aggressive. He's just a guy taking the hole. He made a 3 already. So Richard Jefferson stepping up big here in his first playoff game in the first half.
Arthur picks up the foul, and last year, big transition year for Richard Jefferson.
Looked uncomfortable the entire year, Matt. I watched him play a ton, and I didn't think he'd come back here. Actually, after the year he had last year, I thought, well, that's just not a good fit. He didn't look comfortable, but Popovich worked with him all summer long, spent a lot of time with him, and just said, again, don't think so much. Get the ball, be aggressive, either attack, shoot it, or pass it. And he's responded well, had a great start to the season. Had a little bit of a mid-season slump, but again, picking it up right now in the playoffs, especially in the first game here.
In his 10th season, 2nd here in San Antonio, average 11 points during the regular season. Sam Young back on the court for Lionel Hollins. Shot clock at 5. Conley, kick out, Sam Young. Shot doesn't go. Conley with an offensive rebound on the inside. And a foul. Conley extremely active.
Yeah, the Grizzlies don't shoot many threes. And right there, he had Young in the corner, clock running down, shot it. And what did Conley do? Chased it down, got it, and get in there. And just grinding hard again. I mean, that's what they do. When you're watching the Memphis Grizzlies, they reflect their coach, Lionel Hollins' personality. We're just going to fight you. I like the fact that the Grizz, most of their shots are in the paint, Matt. Most of their shots are attacking. Most of their shots are putting pressure on the defense, putting pressure on the official to call the foul. And well, I tell you what, I like them, and I really like their defense. The Grizzlies are very active on defense, but they have been all year.
And Mike Conley at the line. Blair picked up his 2nd. From Indianapolis, Indiana. They went to the NCAA championship game, lost to Florida. His father, of course, a tremendous track star. Won a gold in '92, a silver in '84 in Los Angeles. Memphis by 2. Parker on the inside. Here's Blair. Shot clock under 10. Spin move, trying to get around Randolph. Can't. The double comes with Arthur. Conley on a turnover. In the short corner, Young. Back up top, and they'll slow it down and set it up. Trapped. Tough pass on the inside, and Arthur loses it. Parker to Blair, denied by Sam Young.
Oh, that's the athleticism Sam Young brings. Great weak side block shot.
Teammates at Pitt played for Jamie Dixon.
Here he goes in there. He's not a very big player. He's trying to get off, and he just can't get it up in there. And again, a nice, beautiful pass, and Young comes out of nowhere for a great weak side block shot.
Young and Blair led the Pitt Panthers to the Elite 8. 2009 NCAA tournament. Sam Young said, all right now, I've done that to you a few times before.
Exactly. That's not the first time that's the first time I caught you at the rim. Sam Young's a great athlete, and Lionel Hollins was saying sometimes you just got to let him play, Matt. He said go out there and let him use his athleticism and get up and on the floor, and he may make some plays that make you say, oh no, but he makes a lot of plays that make you say, hey, I'm glad he's on our team.
Arthur misses a jumper. Hill back on the floor with Bonner, Parker, Blair, Neal. Blair on the inside, doesn't fall. Put back good.
Good stick-to-itiveness there by Blair. Misses a little easy little one in there, but he stayed after it, got it back, and got his 2 points and an offensive rebound.
This has been a big-time bench during the regular season as Arthur knocks it down, the San Antonio Spurs.
I like Arthur coming into this series. I think he's going to have to play, and I think he's going to have to play well. And if the Grizz do win this series, I think Arthur will have a big hand in that.
Hill, second chance now, tapped out Bonner to Parker. Hill on the inside. Blair snares it, puts it back up and in. Blair said enough of getting myself rejected.
Exactly. Big Duan said, I'm going to do what I did at Pitt. I'm going to get everything off that glass. He is a rebounding machine.
Mayo. Memphis. They've missed 7 of 8 and now 8 of 9 in the quarter. Tied at 30. Parker. Shot clock down to 5. Hill attacking. Stripped. Bonner picks it up. And a foul. Grizzlies want a shot clock violation.
Duan Blair doing what he does best, just goes in there. Oh, get out of my way. He went and got it. Big body Duan Blair goes in there, throws one up, misses it, gets it back, lays it in. Way to work Duan.
Look forward to that one. The Knicks and the Boston Celtics. Bonner, they went back and reviewed the play. Bonner was fouled by Darrell Arthur. With 1 second remaining of the shot clock, it was Arthur's second personal. Bonner back at the free throw line.
Real quick on that last game too, Denver, Oklahoma City. I love the fact that you're talking about a team that's saying, you know what, we're going to go team before star talent in the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, familiar fashion of Detroit Pistons from a few years ago.
Absolutely.
San Antonio reclaims the lead, 32-30. They're on a 10-3 run to open up the second quarter. Gasol along with Allen, Randolph, Conley, and Young. And a foul, and it's on Young.
The Grizzlies brought back Marc Gasol, and so the counter is you bring back Timmy Duncan for the Spurs, and a nice matchup between Gasol and Duncan going on, where Gasol has 9 points early and Duncan has 8, and both big centers playing very well for their team.
Out of bounds called, not a foul, so Young doesn't pick up his first. Spurs by 2. Blair in the corner, here's Parker. Continues to struggle, 1 of 7, Kevin.
Yeah, he's had some good looks in the paint. I mean, Tony can make the 3 and the Spurs shoot a lot of threes, but I like him attacking, and he's missed some of his pet shots so far.
Allen. And Tony Allen, who has had to sit because of 2 early fouls. On the drive there, and he'll head to the line.
Speaking of driving, here you go. Everybody gets in there. They come. You got 3 guys attacking the ball, but Tony just being very aggressive, puts his head down and gets to the line.
Neal picks up his second. And we're talking to Lionel Hollins about when everything clicked for this team, the Memphis Grizzlies, and he said, honestly, you go back and it was the fight on the plane with Tony Allen and O.J. Mayo. He said it galvanized the team because of the card game that they were having. A little bit of money was owed, and things kind of worked out from there.
He said Tony Allen became a great leader after that, because after the beatdown he put on OJ, everybody said, I'm going to listen to this guy. I mean, they were afraid of him.
I didn't think he said beatdown.
Well, okay. He said after the fight, everybody listened to him. I threw the beatdown in there because it was a beatdown. But I very seldom does a fight or something like that galvanize a team. It usually breaks a team up. But not on this team. They got them all together, and they really bonded. They said they talked about a lot of issues. People weren't afraid to challenge each other after that. And they said, hey, you got to pass the ball more. And everybody was open, and the Memphis Grizzlies made a big turn.
Ahmed Haddadi on the floor for Memphis. And it's interesting because both of you started talking about it's a little bit different now than when both of you played. Haddadi on the inside, and he travels where guys would be more expressive to one another and say, hey, this is where you stand, where nowadays that may not be the case.
No, nowadays everybody goes to the coach and says, talk to him. In our day, I'd look at you and say, Matt Devlin, throw me the ball. What is wrong with you?
Right.
And then you shoot it after I touch it. And everybody talked like that. It was very open, but, they said the Memphis Grizzlies communication got way better after the fight, and everybody felt tighter, and you can see the results are right here in front of you. A gritty, hard-nosed, tough team that plays together.
They did ban gambling on the flight. Blair denied by Gasol. Duncan cleans up underneath and a slam dunk. San Antonio by 3. Conley and a blocking foul. Duncan 5 of 5, 10 points.
Got Timmy going in there. Nice little drop-off pass. Gets blocked. He stays with it. Tim stays. Dunks. Tim hasn't missed a shot tonight. Again, really active around the rim, looking good. And I tell you, that's got to bode very well for the San Antonio Spurs. And you're talking about getting 40 minutes of this, because during the regular season, Matt, they kept Tim a lot of times to 25, 26 minutes, and his numbers are down. But your numbers are going to be down if if your time is way down.
Career low 28.4 minutes. The foul was on Blair, his third. Conley back at the free throw line. Conley 3 of 4, now 4 of 5. And we talked to Greg Popovich about the minutes with Tim Duncan, and this is something that if you look at year by year, they have managed for quite some time. And I brought up the fact, you look at the last 5 years, it's gone down steadily, and he said it's been beyond that. We have managed his minutes for longer than the last 5 years. But this season, obviously, because a drastic shift happened with his point productivity, all the eyes were on it. He said, we've been doing it for a long, long time. Would want to prolong his career. And Ed Malloy with a call. And it's going to go against San Antonio. And it's on Jefferson, his second. At what stage of your career did they start looking at your minutes?
When I became bad, when I got older, they played you right to you're all done. They weren't allowed to managing minutes back then.
There were no.
When I got bad, they said you can't play anymore. They said go sit on the bench. Nice, beautiful shot there by Gasol, and he's really improved that range. You know, he came in, he was strictly almost a low post guy, but he's got that 15, 16-foot range right now, and he'll spread Timmy out. And boy, it's a good matchup between Duncan and Gasol right now.
Memphis back up by 1. Duncan on the inside. Duncan doesn't fall, and that's his first miss of the game. Allen. Gasol swings it to Conley. Conley in the interior, back up top. Deep three, Conley in a timeout. Greg Popovich. Conley 36% from downtown, and the Grizzlies are on a 7-0 run.
Great response here by the Grizz after the Spurs made a run at him. Led by Michael Conley, back in the game.
Service to the community means a lot to San Antonio Spurs. I think the guys' favorite community projects to be involved in are anything involved with the wounded soldiers. That's been great to see these guys who are very young and have gone to war and come back. It's fun to go out and be able to put a smile on someone's face, kind of give back to them a little bit, knowing as much as they've given to us.
Duncan, 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting.
Yeah, 9 touches in the post, double team 3 times, and the coaching staff for the Memphis Grizzlies are going to let him play one-on-one down there versus Gasol, so it's going to be incumbent on Tim. Got a traveling call right here, but it's going to be incumbent on Tim to go at Gasol, attack, don't pick up your dribble, be aggressive, and make them double team, because when they double team Tim in the post, it opens up all those 3-pointers that the San Antonio Spurs love to shoot.
Memphis Grizzlies, the 8th seed, they have never won a playoff game. They are 0-12 all time in the postseason. Last time they were in the playoffs, Mike Fratello was their head coach. And an offensive foul and a turnover. Tony Parker, just 1 of 7. Remember, no Manu Ginobili, not playing here in game 1. Hyperextended right elbow. And the season finale on a Wednesday. Game 2 is this Wednesday. Hill with Jefferson, Neal, and Young. Got Jefferson in the right eye.
Again,
foul on Young.
Again, some of that just how Memphis plays. Just rugged guys. They're going to go after the ball. They lead the league in steals, and they're attacking. They're always hacking at the ball, and sometimes when you hack at the ball, you get the guy in the eye. And Jefferson goes down, poking the eye. I think he's going to exit the court here, yeah.
Jefferson out. And Tony Parker, the struggling Parker, is going to have to check back in. And when we talk about this team with the steals, they're second in the league at points off of turnovers. They're fourth in fast break points, first in points in the paint, fifth in second chance points. They get after it in all those categories, and they all are linked to one another.
Yeah, all the gritty, grimy categories, they do very well in it.
Tony Allen trips up George Hill. And for Allen, that's going to be his third. And Hill is down, slow to get up.
And Allen got a little dinged on this play too. Here they're going to tangle legs. They go in. They call the foul on Tony Allen, and they're both a little bit dinged up sitting in the corner right now. But boy, that's a big foul on Tony. Their best defender, kind of the heart and soul of this team. He comes out there, he plays so hard every single game. And Allen's going up. I think he got kneed in the calf, but it's also his third foul, so he's going to take a seat for the rest of the half.
With 4:30 remaining here in the second quarter, and the Grizzlies up by 4. 38-34. Neal. Shot doesn't fall, comes up short. Randolph along with Conley, O.J. Mayo, Gasol, Shane Battier. Of course, Battier played with Mark's older brother Powell in Memphis. Randolph on the block. Shot clock at 5. Conley the 3. At the front of the rim. Memphis 3 of 7 from downtown as McDyess squares it up, and the shot grazes off the side of the iron. Pace, tempo.
Well, kind of tempo right now for Memphis. I think that there's not a lot of. This guy's got to get more shots. That's his 5th shot right there, and that's where they think they can attack the Spurs. But I'd say right now it's kind of just a gritty, tough, hard-nosed game. Probably favors Memphis, Matt, and not as much up and down for the Spurs as they want.
9-0 run by Memphis. San Antonio, 6th in the league in points scored. They average close to 104, most ever under Greg Popovich's team. And moments ago, there's Tony Allen headed back to the locker room.
Yeah, looked like he got kneed in the calf, and he's going in, has 3 fouls, get a little attention from the trainer, and it'll take a little bit more than a bruised calf to keep Tony out of this game. That guy is rugged tough.
Hill at the line, the foul on O.J. Mayo. And Hill 0 of 3. So the starting backcourt for San Antonio just 1 of 10, and he misses a free throw there.
Not only 1 of 10.
That is not the Indiana George.
No, not only 1 of 10, but 2 assists. So, you know, if you're missing shots and you're creating opportunities for your teammates, but right now neither one are doing it. Both those guys are going to have to play off and play a lot better. And you can see he's Popovich's favorite player. And like you said, he's not seeing the Indiana George right now, Matt, the aggressive, high-flying, attack the rim George Hill that he wants to see.
Last season, he started 8 of 10 playoff games, started from Manu Ginobili. Slicing, O.J. Mayo. McDyess has it knocked away as O.J. Mayo was going for the basketball, a foul.
Great step up, though. O.J. Mayo has a curl, and who's there? Timmy Duncan makes him take a tough shot over extended hand.
Grizzlies by 5, 2:59 remaining in the first half. Coming into game 1, the Spurs defensive challenge, Zach Randolph.
Yeah, they got Zach's awful tough in that low post. He's only had 5 shots so far. Spurs have limited him.
And for the Memphis Grizzlies, it was Tony Parker.
Yeah, Tony struggled so far. I mean, he's 1 for 7 from the field right now, and that's the shot he makes. But I tell you, they are really clamping on him. They're very aggressive, and you got to give Michael Conley a lot of credit in not only what he's doing defensively, you know, to Tony Parker, but look what Conley's doing on the offensive end, Matt. He's got 12 points, 5 assists, and so that point guard matchup, which was so critical in this series, is really so far in the first half gone in favor of the Memphis Grizzlies and Michael Conley.
Yeah, priorities have paid off defensively. And how about San Antonio? 39%. They are 13 of 33 from the field. They're 9 of 12 from the free throw line. And one of the things Lionel Hollins told us, he said, we had to get better in training camp at defense. That was our focus. He said early on, offensively, out of rhythm. You know, there was poor balance on the floor. And things started to click a little bit, but their defensive approach totally changed last year to this year. And that's not easy to do with the same players. And foul as Randolph takes it right to the rim.
Well, you're going to see right now, you're going to have Zach getting it out here. Here's the closer. Look at a high closeout by McDyess, gives him the lane. And boy, I tell you, Randolph takes it right to the rack right there, extends it up, and a chance for a three-point play right here.
McDyess is third. Randolph with 9. Duncan. Shot doesn't go. His own rebound spills out. Made his first 5. He's missed his last 3. And an offensive foul. And it's on Battier. Upcoming games today, 3 o'clock Eastern on ABC. Game 1, Hornets and the Lakers. Tuesday on NBA TV, Atlanta against the Magic. Magic looking to even that series. And then Friday, Boston, New York, Game 3. Lakers, New Orleans, Game 3 on ESPN. Duncan right to the rim.
Big Timmy taking it hard to the rack.
Enough of the soft stuff.
Exactly. He said, hey, I'm going to single-handedly get our offense back on track. Get the ball to Tim Duncan if you're the San Antonio Spurs.
The first field goal in 4.5 minutes for San Antonio. Energizing the crowd. Blair on Randolph. Interior pass to Battier, stolen by Hill. A chance to run. In transition, Blair, no! Battier taps it to Gasol, and here's Conley. Missed opportunity by San Antonio, knocked away, and the Grizzlies give it right back. And Sam Young with a foul on Tony Parker.
Here you got Duncan putting it on the floor and going up again, and the Red Sea parts.
Foul on Young, his third. Young has 3, Allen has 3, and O.J. Mayo with 3 for Memphis, and Parker his first trip to the free throw line. And let's go to E.J. in Atlanta. Ernie? Blair with a putback. 2-point game. Battier on the inside to Randolph. Battier.
Nice pass by Randolph, and exactly what Coach Hollins said. When you pass the ball, cut hard, you're 6'8", and Shane Battier get the ball around the rim and get some layups. Don't always just wait for that three-pointer to come around you, and that right there is, Grizzly basketball, hitting the post and cutting hard off it.
Blair to Jefferson. Battier recovers. Parker now trying to get into the lane. Shot clock down to 3. 2. Parker over Randolph. Connects. A tough shot. Go figure. 2 of 8. 5 points. 2-point game. Memphis on top. Conley. Blair. Plenty of time left here at the end of the second. And a timeout. Greg Popovich almost jumping right on Tony Parker. Timeout. I think he wants to set up a play here.
I think so.
Known for knocking down threes in the quarter. But you got to do a little bit more in this Memphis offense.
Yeah, Lionel Hollins doesn't want that. He wants them cutting hard. Look at that. There's a snap back. Jefferson snaps back on the ball. And just because he cut and he put himself in position, he's right there for the dump off pass, getting some layups. And boy, nothing like a couple layups to make those three-pointers look a lot easier, Matt. And so, nice cut. And that, again, like I said, that is the Memphis Grizzly basketball. Hit the post and cut hard.
San Antonio actually with more points in the paint than Memphis. A rarity in this series during the regular season. Out of the timeout. Here's Bonner. Duncan down low. Duncan fading. Pops out. And the first half comes to a close 45-43 Memphis. Tim Duncan's got it going with a dozen. 12 points. And then the heart, grit, and grind with a 2-point advantage. That's the end of the first half. Coming up after a quick break, EJ, Kenny, and Charles with the T-Mobile halftime report from Atlanta. Old 97's a San Antonio band.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Yes, one of your favorites. All right.
It's on my CD right now.
Yes, the CD. Maybe an iPod, maybe.
Same thing.
8-track. 8-track.
I tell you what, I have an 8-track, you guys.
Grizzlies by 2. That was New Kid by the old 97's, a San Antonio band.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, really? You have that on your 8-track?
I have that right in my 8-track in my old car. Yes, I do.
All right, let's go back and look at this first half. The matchup between Mike Conley and Tony Parker.
All Conley so far. I mean, doing a great job defensively, really getting up and making Tony work hard. But on the offensive end, I mean, he's making shots, he's attacking, getting in the paint, finding his teammates. Michael Conley, you know, for his first playoff game, has really come up big. They're going to need that in the second half. Expect Tony to get it going.
All right, let's take a look at the first half numbers. And Memphis 49% from the field.
Ooh. Tell you what, that Pops can't be happy about that, and he also can't be happy about San Antonio shooting 40%. And this game, as we talked about a little in the first half, has got a Grizzly feel to it, doesn't it? I mean that in a couple ways. It's Grizzly in a different way.
All right, with more on the Memphis Grizzlies, let's send it over to Mark Fine. Mark?
Yeah, Matt, talked with assistant coach Johnny Davis, asked him what they talked about at the half. He said, look, they're doing a great job of taking away the three. They're very happy with that. They've got to do a better job of hitting the offensive boards. He also wants them to keep Parker out of the lane. I said, well, he's missing most of those shots. It doesn't matter. He's getting in there, and we need to keep him out of there. By the way, Tony Allen, strained calf, probable return. Guys?
I appreciate it. Well, they're going to go ahead and play him here as Tony Allen is on the floor. So there's Tony Allen. He's going to go. It's playoff time.
Yeah, and he is one tough customer. He's going to play and take a lot more than a little kick in the calf to get him out of the game.
And DeJuan Blair's going to start here in the second half for Antonio McDyess. Here's Conley. The cut, gives it up, sharing the basketball as Sam Young lays it up.
Nice find by Conley, but boy, San Antonio really came out and started this half extending their defensive pressure. They were all over, denying even at half court.
George Hill finds Jefferson. Hill 0 of 3. Hill underneath Randolph, and he commits a foul. And that's going to be his second.
Yeah, you got Gasol. They're denying all over. Conley goes in. Nice find, little reverse layup there. And again, nice ball movement by the Memphis Grizzlies.
You know, one of the things, and Mark mentioned this, you know, they're running San Antonio off that three-point line. They made the most threes in franchise history, 685. They're number 1 in the NBA in three-point shooting at 39%. And right now, they're just 1 of 4 from downtown.
it's not the percentages, 1 of 4, of course, 25%, but it's how little threes they've actually been able to create through their offense. Their offense is really designed to create threes. They shoot a lot of them. They shoot a high percentage. Like you said, they shoot 40% for the year from right around 40% from the three-point line. But again, it's the athleticism of the perimeter guys from Memphis, Matt, that's getting out there and taking away that three-point line and chasing them off it.
And from San Antonio's perspective, if their starters don't get it, their bench will, and that hasn't been the case. And Greg Popovich telling us he was anxious to see how his bench would react. Matt Bonner has struggled in recent years in the postseason. Here's Zach Randolph. And Randolph, silky smooth touch from outside.
Well, I tell you, he lulls you to sleep. It looks like it's going to take, 8 seconds to get that jump shot off. But he gets it off, and he put it on the floor and get you off him. And Randolph's having such an efficient evening.
Foul, and the foul's going to be on Sam Young.
Yeah, here you got Randolph's got it. Pretty good defense by Blair, and all of a sudden he just kind of lines it up, knocks it down, and like I say, he's just so efficient tonight. 6 for 7 from the field, 13 points, 6 rebounds, a couple assists, nice passes in the post, and really playing just a really good, solid game.
Kevin, you mentioned this in the first half, that Lionel Hollins has Duncan finger roll. Lionel Hollins telling him, look, get others involved. And by the fourth quarter, is going to come back to you. Sam Young picked up his 4th. A concern there. Duncan, he has 14. The only Spur in double figures. Memphis with 3. Led by Randolph. Gasol fading, rattles in.
Nice little offensive set. Yeah, exactly. He went high-low from Randolph down to Gasol. After Gasol set a pick, rolled in hard, got in the paint. Nice high-arching jump shot there by Marc Gasol.
Only 6 assists for the Spurs. There's one. Jefferson drills it from deep.
That's creating that three-point shot we talked about, Matt. The hard baseline drive. You got a baseline drift. San Antonio really tries creating that shot. A turnover here by the Grizz, and off the Spurs are running.
Out on the wing, Parker. Oh, Duncan right there. That's old school.
That's a beautiful pass by Tony Parker. Nice hard roll by Timmy D, and a pass right on the money for Duncan going up with a dunk.
16 points here in game 1, 7 rebounds. You like this action on the little side.
A great roll, right on time, on target. Leading Timmy in for a dunk. Another angle right there. TD looks awful good for the San Antonio Spurs.
Fresh. San Antonio by 1, and Duncan was 16.
Yeah, not only that, but what I like better than that is the fact that Tony Parker has 2 assists here early in the third quarter. He went out and he was 2 for 8, didn't have anything going offensively in the first half. And now all of a sudden, he's making some passes, getting the paint, got Jefferson a wide open 3-pointer in the corner, and Tony Parker's going to facilitate a little bit here and get his teammates some good shots.
San Antonio, extremely unselfish team. No player averaged more than 17.5 points. That was Tony Parker. Short, Tony Allen, and here's Parker. 5 players averaged at least 11. Jefferson on the move. Parker right at the rim. Tony Parker.
Matt, the first half is like the first 6-7 rounds of a heavyweight fight, okay? You just get your feel. Now it's championship time, baby. I mean, Tony Parker has been in a lot of big games, and he knows Conley outplayed him. He's coming out with a little edge on his game right now.
Now they know all about championships. Tony Parker, the NBA Finals MVP when they swept Cleveland 2007. The 7-0 run by the Spurs. Hill active getting to the glass. Blair comes up, sets a screen. Parker sees a sliver of an opening. Hill now attacking on the move. Blair denied in a blocking foul. And Blair goes down hard.
Yep, here you got Tony again, just driving hard in. Nice getting a layup on that. And when Tony's aggressive like this, I mean, here you got a hard roll coming right down with Timmy in the mid-screen and roll, just rolling hard. Right now, the Spurs seem to have found a little bit of their mojo on the offensive end, and Timmy carried them in that first half offensively. Blair did a nice job on the offensive glass, but that man on your screen right now, Tony Parker, he's taking it personally. He said, all right, Michael Conley, now we're in the championship rounds of this battle. See who's got what.
Second half of game one, and Blair at the free throw line starting here in the second half. 3 of 8, 7 points. They had 5 rebounds for Blair. An average under 4 points and 4 rebounds in the postseason last year. Second year out of the University of Pittsburgh, and San Antonio now a 9-0 run. This is their largest lead, 56-51 Spurs. How will the youthful Grizzlies respond? Only one All-Star on their roster. That's Zach Randolph, a one-time All-Star. Tony Allen, who won a title with Boston. Shot doesn't go. Offensive foul on Tim Duncan. That's his first. Five-point lead, Memphis. Trailing. San Antonio still holding on to their largest lead. Duncan got a piece of it. Here's Randolph. Blair on him. Deflected. Comes back to Randolph. Shot clock at 3. Randolph. Tough shot. Doesn't fall. Hill climbs in there. Takes it away. Hill pushing. Parker now attacking. And Parker's going to go to the free throw line. And Conley, you talked about it. This is a little bit later in the rounds. Parker going right at him.
Yeah, he sure is. Came out after kind of having a very bad first half for Tony Parker, but really kind of a renewed energy in Tony in attacking and getting in the paint and just being aggressive.
TNT this June. They're turning the courtroom upside down. This much fun should be illegal. Franklin and Bash series premiere Wednesday, June 1st at 9/8 Central, only on TNT. Conley picks up his second. For San Antonio, their 4th consecutive playoff appearance, the longest active streak.
Right now, Matt, Memphis needs to go inside to Randolph. We need to get this thing back under some control. They need to get the ball posted up to Randolph and let him do his thing, and there you go. That's why you do it. Getting to the free throw line changes everything for a team. They're going to get it in the post, and then when you get to the free throw line, it slows everything down. Nice little step in there by Zach Randolph as he came off a mid-screen and roll. Conley did, found him in there. But now free throws get you a chance to get a breath here, Matt, in playoff games. You got your best player at the line, you relax, you say, hey, let's tighten this up a little bit, we're down 6, and let's start feeding Randolph and playing through Randolph. Good call by the Memphis Grizzlies staff, and Randolph's delivered many times for this team.
That stops a string of 10 straight by San Antonio. Blair picked up his 4th. He has to leave. McDyess in. Lionel Hollins counseling O.J. Mayo. Randolph back of the line, 4th in the NBA with 53 double-doubles. Had a double-double in each one of the regular season matchups against San Antonio, including a 20-20 performance. He's got a 15-6 here in game 1. 4-point game. Spurs on top. Parker. Here's McDyess over Randolph. Shot doesn't fall, and Conley sends it to Mayo. You're pointing down on the inside.
Yeah, get it to that guy right there and see if he can create a shot for himself or somebody else.
Randolph over McDyess, no. And Gasol and a foul right there. San Antonio doesn't like the whistle. McDyess doesn't like the call.
Yeah, Timmy doesn't like the call. He thought that Gasol pushed off on him. McDyess didn't think he fouled him. Everybody's complaining.
Hill comes away with it, and that's his first. The number 1 seed in the West, the San Antonio Spurs. 61-21 with a 4-point advantage. And Gasol, the first one doesn't go. Following us today on ABC, it's the Hornets and the Lakers, and then on Tuesday, it is Game 2, Hawks and Magic, as the Magic look to even the series at 1 game apiece on NBA TV.
It's playoffs, in playoffs there's a lot of half-court game, and during the season we rest Timmy a lot. We didn't call as many plays for him as we used to in the past, and I think he's going to work on our advantage because now he's rested, he feels fresh, and in the playoffs we're definitely going to call more plays for TD.
Especially without Manu Ginobili here in Game 1, and Duncan has come through 16 points and 7 rebounds, make it 8 rebounds.
Tim's no stranger to big games. He's a 3-time Finals MVP and just carrying them right now.
99, their first one, 2003, 2005. Their last one, 2007. Parker was the MVP. Off of the turnover, deep post position. Randolph denied by Duncan. And there's a foul.
Boy, I like the post feed. Here's the difference. So who's guarding him? Timmy Duncan. It's not McDyess. It's not Blair. It's Timmy Duncan. Longer. And what does Timmy do? Gets a block shot. Zach felt he was fouled, and they called a little push-off foul on Zach there on Parker was shooting 2 free throws.
They're going to give it to Gasol. That's his third. Parker at the free throw line. He is 3 of 5. You're talking about all the moments for Tim Duncan, and coming into today, 170 career playoff games. During that stretch, 23 points, 12.4 rebounds. And this is a Memphis team that, without Jason Williams, who's not going to be in the postseason for the Memphis Grizzlies, they don't even rack up that many. You have Tony Allen, Leon Poe, and Shane Battier. And then 8 games for Zach Randolph. Gasol.
Nice move by Marc Gasol there. A little shake to the middle, came back baseline, little jump hook, and very, very nice move. And again, I think Memphis has got to really concentrate, Matt, on getting on the inside with that ball and playing inside out.
That ends a 12-2 run by San Antonio, and a whistle and a foul. And Spurs are +8 in points in the paint.
Yeah, how about that? And there's a team that lives in the paint. You're going to see Gasol here. Comes in there, and what sets this up? Ooh, little fake to the middle. Nice little move there by Marc Gasol. He's really worked on his post game. He's big. He's dropped, I bet, 50 pounds from when he played over in Europe. I'm not kidding you. He was 50 pounds heavier, and he was a big, heavy guy. You wouldn't even recognize him, back then to what he is right now. He's done a great job on his body. Always had good hands. Always had a good feel, but really got himself in much, much better shape.
When his older brother Pau Gasol played for the Memphis Grizzlies, he went to Lausanne Academy, a high school in Memphis, Tennessee. Was a Division II Mr. Basketball in the state of Tennessee. A completely different player at that stretch, and as you mentioned, certainly bigger. Decided not to go to University of Memphis. John Calipari offered him a scholarship, decided not to go there. Went and played for FC Barcelona, the right decision. In his 3rd year in the NBA, and of course part of the package that was traded for his brother Pau Gasol, sending him to the Los Angeles Lakers. They had a Mark coming back to Memphis. He has a younger brother that attends Lausanne Academy and lives there in Memphis. 5:01 remaining here in the 3rd, and Neal just picked up his 3rd. O.J. Mayo finds Gasol. Shot clock at 5. Tries to put it on the floor. Hill digs it out. Hill to Parker. Parker, no. And he's fouled as he ends up on the floor.
Great steal by George Hill, igniting the break, getting out off a turnover, and you're going to see Parker get out wide in this left lane and end up with a foul on it. Here it is. Gasol puts it on, tries to squeeze into an area. It's too small, Mark. You got to give the ball up. Nice run out by Tony, filling the lane, and gets clipped on his way to the hole and getting 2 more free throws.
Attacking, getting into the paint.
Yep. One thing, Matt, if you're really a tough, gritty, grindy team, which the Memphis Grizzlies are, you're going to foul some. But Coach Hollins has got to be saying, guys, we've got to play hard defense, get our hands off them. There's too many fouls. They got in foul trouble early in the first half, and they're really getting in foul trouble here again in the second half. The Memphis Grizzlies are.
And we talked about it at the start of this third quarter about the need for Tony Parker. He has stepped up here. He is 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Hill is 6 of 8 from the free throw line. They're getting to the stripe. They're combined 3 of 12. But Parker's got a dozen. He's matched Conley, who has 12. Conley is yet to score in the second half. And a foul as Arthur makes a move to the bucket. And a foul's going to be charged to Antonio McDyess.
And the Spurs have picked up their defensive intensity. I mean, they're pushing, they're hitting, everybody's getting aggressive. I don't think Greg Popovich was too happy with their effort in that first half, but they're putting some wood on these Memphis Grizzlies this half.
Well, maybe Tim Duncan heard once again, Charles. I mean, saying overrated.
Not only overrated, he called the Riverwalk a creek or a crick or something.
I think it was a stream.
A stream, yeah.
Stream.
Very, very disrespectful to the entire San Antonio.
Everybody here thought it was one of his favorite cities. There's Battier. A nice hook shot in the lane. A 6-point game, Spurs with a lead. San Antonio, their last 9 points from the free throw line. In the third quarter, they're 11 of 12. Memphis, 2 of 4. A defensive 3-second violation. And it's going to be charged to Memphis. And Marcus Gasol, Tim Duncan. Look at Duncan, a little bit of a smile there.
Marcus Gasol said, what were you going to do before they called that 3-second violation on O.J. Mayo? You plan on taking me?
I don't know if
well, they're going
to be disrespectful to the elder Tim Duncan.
I think he said, he said, you getting ready to beat me? Yeah, I'm not going to let you shoot this now. Are you kidding me? You're already hot already. I can't let you have anything.
He's saying, look, I play pickup all the time with my older bro.
Yeah, exactly.
He's really good. Pal, you may have heard of him. He plays for the Lakers. Neal drains it. They need that off of the bench.
Absolutely. All that defensive energy that the Spurs are giving up has translated into better offensive play, better spacing, and guys just more focused in and shooting the ball very well for the Spurs.
Big three. And Arthur on the inside attacking.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I think this guy Arthur is going to have to play very big if the Grizzlies have a chance to beat the San Antonio Spurs. He's a guy that can, he's a bench scorer, he's coming in, but he can make some shots. He's athletic enough to go guard Bonner and some of those other kind of different fours that San Antonio put out there. So I think you're going to see Arthur having a big role when he comes in and spells Zach Randolph or Marc Gasol.
San Antonio with a 20-7 run. 7-point advantage for the Spurs, and a call and a look of disbelief on the face of Tim Duncan. And
wow. Derek Stafford called that one, and that's an awful tough foul. I mean, I can see Timmy's here. Guy comes off. He says he gave him a little, that's a hip check. That's a minor little hip check. He said, it's a playoffs, exactly. I tell you what, in hockey, they would never call that's a hip check. That's a good move. Hey.
You got to ride him right into the boards. You kidding me? Conley gets his first bucket of the second half. You dropped a few of those back in the day. Neal steps into it, 3. That's how you took down Rambis, wasn't it?
No, that was an offensive foul on him. He ran right into my forearm. But Gary Neal is a guy that Greg Popovich was concerned how he'd play, and he thought, boy, I wonder if he have jitters coming into his first playoff game. I think he answered that question. He has no jitters.
10 points now for Neal. Gasol count it, and a foul. And Duncan now saying, not me. And it is. Duncan picks it up. That's his third.
And another good move here by Marc Gasol. Nice little spin, pump fakes. Timmy comes down, catches him on the elbow, and now Marc Gasol, he's saying, who, me? Who, me? But again, watch his move. Watch the pump fake. Gets him in the air, comes down. He might have got him on the forearm a little bit, but that's a couple ticky-tack fouls on Timmy Duncan here in the third quarter.
Thank you very much, EJ. He had the little tinted glasses that Dwayne Wade played with for just a little while as Marc Gasol is at the free throw line. And Gasol is saying, hey, I could have matched Tim Duncan. 18 points, 2 more than Duncan, 6 rebounds, 2 less than Tim Duncan. He has 7 in the quarter, does Gasol. Matt Bonner on the floor with Hill, Duncan, Jefferson, and Neal in the corner. Up fake, Neal. Floater doesn't go, and Arthur comes away with it.
Boy, Neal had Timmy on a roll right in front of the rim. Should have probably passed that one. Neal's got a little feel offensively, but boy, you still got to hit your big fella when he rolls hard like that. Reward him.
Neal on Conley up top. Here's Battier, sends it to Arthur. Arthur working against Bonner, and Duncan tears down the rebound. Neal spent the last 3 years playing in Italy, Spain, and Turkey. Pulls up, shot doesn't go, and a loose ball foul. Foul is on Darrell Arthur. And that's his 4th. And they're starting to pile up for this Grizzlies team.
Yeah, they sure are. You know, every foul is 2 free throws. Look at that right there. You're talking about Young having 4, Arthur having 4, Conley 3, Gasol 3. On the other side, you got Blair and McDyess with 4 each, and then Timmy picked up a couple tough ones here in the 3rd quarter. And but you know, here's the problem. Like you're going for a defensive rebound, and how hard do you push Bonner? He flew like 35 feet. I don't think anybody got pushed that hard. But it's 2 free throws every time there's a foul right now, and that's the tough thing about being in the penalty. You just can't give up these points when you're trying to come from behind if you're in Memphis.
And when you look at Blair and McDyess with their foul troubles, that's all trying to handle Zach Randolph.
Yeah, no question. And Spurs are getting ready to shoot their 30th free throw, Matt, and we still have 1:58 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And here in the 3rd, they're 14 of 15 from the free throw line. Like Dallas getting to the free throw line last night in their game 1 in the 4th quarter against Portland. 1:46 remaining in the 3rd, and a defensive 3-second violation. And Jefferson, Blair looking around.
They got Blair on that one. They had a little mismatch down there. Arthur had a guard on him. They went to fronting, and Blair got caught in the paint and got a 3-second defensive violation on him.
Randolph at the free throw line. San Antonio with the advantage here. The best team in the West. Game 1 between the Spurs and Memphis. The Grizzlies looking for their first ever playoff win. They are 0-12. They were swept by San Antonio, Phoenix, as well as Dallas. Blair going for the steal, knocked away. San Antonio.
Good activity there by Dwan Blair. Came around, got a hand on the ball, tried to front him, went for the steal, and Zach ended up knocking the ball out. But again, right away in the 3rd quarter, you could see the energy level from the Spurs defensively, Matt, had really picked up, and they were really getting into Grizzlies and taking them out of their offense.
72-66, San Antonio. Parker doesn't go. Blair tries to keep it alive, comes away with it, and then throws it away.
Great hustle by Blair. Ended up making a tough pass, and boy, when you're a coach, there's not much you can say on that one. Say, way to work, big fella, but try to throw it to our team.
Right to the rim, O.J. Mayo. Lionel Holland saying that he believes O.J. Mayo is a key in this series. Mayo coming off of the bench, just 2 of 8, has 5 points on the inside. And a foul is going to be charged to Gravis Vasquez. Take a look back. You talked about the foul trouble that Duncan is in, and here are the 3.
Yeah, here's one. Boy, I tell you what, that's awful tough. I can see why you look at the ref like that. Minor little hip check. Yeah, I don't think that's a foul, but that's not a foul. And I mean, if that's anything, that's a brush on the forearm. That's really not much of a foul. I'm telling you what, those are tough fouls in a playoff game. You're looking at me like I'm nuts. I'm telling you.
No, they are.
No, why are you looking at me like that?
Because if it was up to you, there'd be like bare knuckles out there, people going at it, right?
we would keep it a little cleaner than that, but you can't call it the ticky-tacky stuff.
Randolph. And a travel.
again, Spurs defense, they're getting out after it. I mean, they've extended their defense. They're really active. And the thing I like about it, after having a tough shooting night, what Parker decided to do, he's driving the hole and looking for the foul. He's getting to the free throw line. As a matter of fact, the Spurs are living on the free throw line here so far in the third quarter.
Parker 7 of 10 from the free throw line in the game. Parker wanted a call there, doesn't get it. Vasquez, the rookie out of Maryland, his pass deflected out of bounds. And Lionel Hollins looking at him like, don't make that pass.
Vasquez is one of those scares me, scares you player. When you're a coach, he scares me when I put him in the game, and he scares the other coach. He's capable of doing anything. I mean, he does some stuff with the ball. I mean, he's a nice player, but boy, he's got to tighten up his control of the ball. As you see O.J. Mayo making a beautiful little shot off a nice inbound plays there by Memphis. But Vasquez needs to come in and just settle down and not turn the ball over. Just be solid.
Foul, and Tony Parker's going to be back at the free throw line once again. And the free throw line has certainly been a story as Randolph just picked up his third.
And again,
Spurs
who's doing it, Matt? Tony Parker putting his head down and just driving to the hole and trying to get contact, and not worried about making the shot, just worried about getting to the free throw line.
15 to 17 here in the third quarter of the San Antonio Spurs. That one doesn't fall for Parker. Parker 7 of 11. Here comes Conley. Vasquez is going to take a seat. Conley 32 minutes.
Yeah, the scares me, scares you player scared Lionel Hollins. He took him out.
4 minutes by the backup point guard.
Yeah,
That's an issue.
Yeah, the backup point guards aren't going to play a lot. You're going to have Conley playing extended minutes this entire series.
Jason Williams was signed by Memphis, but lower back issues. He's back home. Parker delivering here in the third. He's got 14 points. Conley. Shot clock at 5, 4. Here it is at 3. Conley step back. Shot doesn't go. Neal. 2, 1. Bonner. Did he release it in time? It doesn't go. He did release it in time, but it doesn't go. 19 free throw attempts by San Antonio in the third quarter.
They turned up the defensive pressure. They started putting the ball on the floor. They started attacking the rim, and they got rewarded with free throws.
San Antonio outscores Memphis in the third, 31-25. We go to the fourth.
All right, Mark Fine back in San Antonio with Coach Greg Popovich. Coach, Kevin McHale said you guys seem to be going at it harder on the defensive end there in the third quarter. Was that the difference for you?
Kevin don't know what the hell he's talking about. You listen to him?
That's part of my job, unfortunately.
The first quarter, I thought we were pretty soft defensively, and we picked it up since then.
All right, what about Tim Duncan? Seemed to be going to him more. Was that a plan, or what they're giving you on the defensive end?
No, we're going to him more. With Manu out, he's got to help Tony and his guys scoring-wise.
Right, good luck, Coach. Thanks. All right, guys, back to you.
See, it wasn't just the second half. It was after the first quarter, Kev.
Coach Popovich just pulling a Charles Barkley on me. Holy God. Right. Charles started this disrespectful stuff, and then Coach Pop chimes right in on it.
Oh. That's not what he was saying when we met with him earlier. Jefferson right to the rim. Gotta listen to you.
Nice extra pass by Parker, throwing it out to the slot man and Jefferson, and a hard drive by Richard Jefferson in for a basket. The Spurs are really looking really solid. And the offensive foul coming right here on Darrell Arthur, setting the screen. Boy, they're calling that both ways, but really I think ticky-tack offensive fouls up in the mid-screen and roll area.
Arthur just picked up his 5th. And Tony Parker in that third had 9 of his 14 points, 7 from the free throw line. For expert analysis, live press conferences after every game, playoff playbacks, and more, tune in to NBA TV for complete playoff coverage.
Oh, they have great coverage on NBA TV. I love watching them. Everybody does a great job there.
Everybody loves that. Tuesday night, Neal, the 3 doesn't go this time. Hit 2 big ones in the third.
Yeah, Neal's playing well. Again, Coach Popovich was wondering how he was going to answer that first playoff game. He's answered it very well.
By the way, is Steve Smith still walking around with that Spartan helmet?
Yeah, Steve Smith, by the way, is the all-time leading scorer. As O.J. Mayo makes it 3, all-time leading field goal percentage 3-point leader here for San Antonio. Steve Smith, my man, the Spartan.
O.J. Mayo with a big 3.
Fellow NBA TV guy.
Yeah. Neal. Gasol comes away with it. Here's Conley now, quickly into the front court. Conley. Randolph to Gasol. Grizzlies right there, down by 3. Conley. Gasol on the inside. And it pops out, and he's going to go to the line, and Blair's going to pick up the foul. That's his 5th. There's Gary Neal. This was back in the 3rd.
Yep, a rookie. That's his first basket. A hard attack. He gets in there, comes off. Boy, when he's making that double down, coming off the 3, again, he pulls up in the break. Just really an aggressive offensive player, and he's looking for a shot. And I like that. I mean, if you're a shooter, you got to come out here. You can't change how you play. Matt, this guy's a scorer. He believes he can make any shot he takes, and coming out and really not letting the playoff atmosphere get to him at all. Just playing very, very well.
Neal's going to check out. He owns the Spur rookie mark for 3-point field goal percentage, 41%. Nearly half of his shots come from 3-point range. Gasol at the line. And Gasol, how about the play of Marc Gasol? 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 29 minutes of work. George Hill. Here's Parker. Parker on a crossover, gets space, helped by McDyess. And Randolph comes down with it. Randolph, a double-double. And Bonner ties up Gasol on the inside.
Great high-low again. I mean, Marc Gasol sprinted down the floor, got in great position, and then who comes in behind him? Randolph. Bonner fronted, went for the high-low. Bonner had nothing to do besides grab him. That's a layup if Bonner doesn't just grab Marc Gasol's shoulder.
The Red Rocket picks up his 2nd. 2 minutes into the 4th, Tony Allen feeds it into the post. Spin move, Gasol. Digging in, Parker with the steal. Conley gets back. Parker to the rim. 16.
Wow, I mean, he turned him inside out. He went left, he went right, he went left, he went right, and he finally got in there for the layup. Great hard drive, full court drive there by Tony Parker.
11 of his 16 in the second half. McDyess on Randolph. A clear out for him. Double comes.
Oh, what a soft
Mayo. Or did he get a piece of it, or did that go through with Randolph?
That was soft touch by Randolph. That was just nothing but beautiful offense. Chuck and Kenny were talking about, he makes some awkward looking shots, and he's just so effective in that paint.
18 points now for Zach Randolph to go along with the 10 rebounds. Here he is working. And he's going to go to the free throw line, and McDyess is going to pick it up. 1-point game here with 9:02 to go in the 4th.
Look at, he gets the ball here. Watch Tony Parker. Look at his eyes. He's going to spin back. What does he do? He knows he's going to come back. Ooh, right there. Give me that thing. And that led to just a full court just bum rush by Tony Parker coming at max speed, going at Michael Conley and getting a layup.
McDyess just picked up his 5th. And Blair, he has 5. And the tough coverage. Zach Randolph, 18 points, 10 rebounds, and the first one doesn't go. He's 7 of 11 here in game 1. And you look at the field goal attempts during the regular season for Randolph.
Yeah, 21 field goal attempts versus the Spurs. Well, that's a lot, 21 field goal attempts. But today, he's got 11, but he's so efficient. He's out there 7 from 11 from the field. He's got 18 points. I mean, and here's one thing we talked about a little bit in the open without Manu Ginobili. He's their closer for San Antonio, Matt. Now, how are they going to close in a tight game here, 4th quarter, and they're used to Manu making all the big plays. Who's going to step up and do it for the Spurs?
Tied at 78. Screen set by Blair. Hill, runner. That's Indiana George.
Yeah, that's an aggressive shot. And you know what? Everybody's making that 10, 12-foot runner nowadays. I mean, they really work on that in practice. That is such a deadly tough shot. And Tony Parker was one of the first guys, Matt, that came in and really did a great job with that shot.
The first field goal of the game for George Hill. He has 9 points. San Antonio by 2. Gasol with 20. Zach Randolph with 19. Memphis in search of their first playoff victory, trail by 2 with 8:25 to go in San Antonio. It's time for the Marines teamwork play of the game, Kevin.
Defense needs teamwork also. As you're going to see Gasol here, it's really a mismatch. Way bigger than Bonner. He stopped right there. Jefferson stops that initial trying to go to the weak side. So what happens? Tony collapses down, comes in, Bonner turns him, does a nice job, and that's team defense right there at its best. And you've got to do that when you have a size mismatch like Gasol has over Bonner. Everybody's got to get in there and dig, and that man right there, Tony Parker's done a great job. And there's the guy I think is going to close for the Spurs. I think Timmy Duncan down the stretch will be the Timmy Duncan of old, not the old Timmy Duncan. He's gonna come in and he's going to, I think, close the game here for the San Antonio Spurs. But boy, what a great game so far, Matt. I mean, really fighting.
For more on the last huddle by the Memphis Grizzlies, let's send it over to Mark Fine. Mark?
Yeah, Matt, Coach Holland's talking to his team about attacking in that huddle, trying to attack more on the offensive end. Interesting, only 3 times since Christmas, guys, have they been outscored in the paint. Right now it's 30-28 points in the paint in favor of the Spurs, guys.
In this season series, average better than 55. Duncan on the inside. Randolph comes down with a rebound. That's his 11th. Conley here in the second half with just 3 points and 2 assists. He had 12 points and 5 assists in the first half. It's been Parker's third and now fourth quarter. He has 11 points and 3 assists. On the inside, Randolph. Memphis, the response back up by 1. Randolph with 21.
Great pass by Tony Allen, and boy, I tell you what, Zach Randolph quick shot him on that one. Got that ball before the defense could get there.
Blair and a foul.
They've had a little bit of luck with fronting the post, and so they're going to come in here. You're going to see Blair work around to the front. Nice throw over the top. And move. He quick shoots him. He only jumps about maybe 1 inch off the floor.
He doesn't need to.
No, but he quick shoots him. He's got great hands, and he's not playing above the rim. I can tell you that. He's playing below the net. But he's just quicks everybody. He's got great hands, and been very impressed though with this kid at the line right now and Blair and how he's fought him down there. They put bodies on each other. They banged. He and Zach Randolph are going to have a lot of respect for each other.
Randolph just picked up his 4th. Take a look at the point guard matchup. And you said it in the second half it's going to be a key, and it's played out that way.
All Conley in the first half, all Parker in the second half.
Randolph with the 12th rebound. He had a 20 and 20 against San Antonio. In the regular season, averaged 23 points and nearly 15 rebounds against the Spurs. Conley, here's Randolph. Randolph over Blair, the soft touch you've been talking about.
And right there is Memphis' closer, and they're going to close with Randolph. A beautiful soft touch. Again, bobbled the ball and threw it up there, danced around the rim and went in.
7 in the quarter for Randolph. Parker spinning, cut off by O.J. Mayo. Parker leaning in, and he's fouled. And Marc Gasol picks up the foul, and Parker's been living at the free throw line, and that's where he's going to go right now. He is 8 of 12 from the free throw line, 35 attempts for the Spurs, 27 for Memphis.
I think that the people in Memphis watching this game, people all around the country, Max, a lot of people don't watch Memphis. They're seeing what Memphis is all about, a gritty, tough team. They're going to attack. They got Zach Randolph, who's going to be able to go to low. You saw Marc Gasol's skill set in the low post. They bang you in the paint. They beat you up. They offensive rebound. They do all the things, steals and grit and grind, and they get after you. So this is going to be a fun series. And believe me, Memphis Grizzlies will have a win under their belt before this series is over, probably a couple of them.
Charles Barkley saying that the Grizzlies are Gonna win this series. Gasol gives it now, O.J. Mayo. Mayo over Duncan. Shot doesn't go. Allen can't get the rebound. Now he does. Allen finds Randolph. 25 for Randolph.
And
9 in the quarter.
And what a nice pass there by Tony, but what a great scrap by Tony Allen right there. And he gets the rebound, and that offensive rebound, and that whole thing was just due to his hustle. Look at him working hard.
And Blair. And it's going to be Memphis ball, and you know, Tony Allen limited because of early foul troubles, comes up big.
Way to come over there. Nice defense right there by, and look at the people in Memphis. They're loving it. That's your old hometown, Matt. They're loving it there.
They're loving it in the Mid-South. Fans at the FedEx Forum there, just a block off of Beale Street. Home to Elvis, barbecue, and the Blues.
All good.
Come on, the King. You gotta love the King.
That's why I said it's all good. I like Elvis, I like barbecue, I like the Blues, and I like this Spurs defense. The second half, they're really getting up and getting after it, but boy, these Memphis Grizzlies will not go away. I mean, they got a 2-point lead here in San Antonio, where San Antonio's been so good all year long on their home court, Matt.
36-5. They only lost to the Hornets, the Mavericks, the Lakers, Portland, and Boston here on their home court. And it's a turnover, and now the officials going to get together, and they're going to change the call. It's going to be San Antonio basketball. 85-83, 5:52 remaining here in game one. Duncan, he's been stuck on 16 for a while. The Spurs' big three in search of their 5th title. Tim Duncan hasn't scored from the 9:24 mark of the 3rd. Parker has 13 of his 18 here in the second half, and of course Manu Ginobili not playing. And since the last time that Tim Duncan scored, Zach Randolph has 12 points, Kevin.
Yeah, they've been dropping it into Zach, and he's been performing well. You know, Timmy's had a little tough time keeping it going, had a great start, but, you know, we showed the big three there with Manu and street close. And again, I said it earlier, Manu is their closer. Manu has closed more big games for the San Antonio Spurs here in the last 8-10 years, and now it's going to be interesting because you're talking about how's it going to flow now. You're very used to that guy right there, Manu Ginobili, having the ball and making decisions and being aggressive. I know one thing, the Grizz are going to flow through Randolph. They know how they're going to close. I'm still thinking that the Spurs are wondering exactly how they're going to close this game. I still think they'll go to Timmy Duncan, though, down the stretch.
Last year in the playoffs, Manu Ginobili averaged nearly 20 points. In the corner, O.J. Mayo with a huge three. 88-85. George Hill stumbles into that three, and it doesn't fall, and Randolph with another rebound. Randolph and Gasol have combined for 45 points. And the Grizzlies, who trailed in points in the paint, are now +4. Looking for their first playoff win in franchise history. Conley, the shot doesn't fall. Parker, denied by Gasol. Numbers now for Memphis. Mayo, Conley, Tony Allen. That's what they do, turn you over and get out and go.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. The turnover, and they were gone. And what a nice pass by Michael Conley there. I mean, that was a tight little break, and when they made it work.
5-point advantage here with 4:25. Now 4:24 remaining to go in the 4th.
Big three by O.J. Mayo. Nice drive by Conley, a high arching three. And then this is what they do. Block shot, get out, run. They're tight. You got to make good passes when you're tight like that. And Conley finds Allen with a nice little pass. But, boy, that's what they do. Block shots, rebound, turnovers. They get out and they run. They put pressure on you.
Conley with 9 assists, one away from a double-double dunk, and misses the free throw. He still hasn't scored since the 9:24 mark of that 3rd quarter. He's taken just one field goal over the last 16 minutes.
Yeah, he hasn't had the ball a lot, and he hasn't been able to be, you know, when he's had it, he's had to pass it and give it up. They're going to have to get him the ball on that box and see if Memphis is going to double team. If not, Matt, let Timmy go to work.
Allen using the screen set by Gasol. Allen drills it. And in Memphis, they extend their advantage to 7. And a timeout taken by Greg Popovich. His Spurs, the #1 seed in the West, trail by 7 in the 4th. Hamilton in the Detroit Pistons. Tony Parker, their top scorer. And without their second leading scorer in Manu Ginobili, all together to win one in 03, 05, and their last one, 07, for San Antonio in an NBA title run.
I tell you, that's good basketball. Great hard attack to the rim by Richard Jefferson, and Mayo goes up and hammers him and says, make 2 free throws.
Mayo with 5.
And that's why you foul him, because you know what? A dunk is, he's not missing a dunk, but he misses a free throw. You know, a good play by Mayo. If you go to the rim hard, the defense has got to meet you with just as much force, and he did.
It has been a 35-19 run by the Grizzlies over the last 11 to 49. With 3:48 remaining in the 3rd, San Antonio led by 10. Grizzlies lead here, the 8th seed in the West. Gasol, he has 20. Gasol knocked away, shot clock at 2. Randolph, no. And Hill with a rebound. Hill leans right into it.
Yeah, nice patience by Hill there. Pivoted, saw nothing, and kept his pivot foot down, then went up for a shot when Allen actually got out of position defensively there, went for a reach-in.
11 of its 13 here in the second half. Starting in the replace of the injured Manu Ginobili. Shot clock under 10. O.J. Mayo fires over Duncan. Shot doesn't go. Offensive rebound. Gasol. 22 points. What a huge performance by Pau Gasol's younger brother.
Oh, and combined 47 points, 21 rebounds between Gasol and Randolph. I mean, they are controlling the paint. And this is why you keep your pivot foot late. Youngsters, they get one pivot. Allen goes for the steal. You keep your pivot foot, rise up, and make that jump for George Hill.
He has been a big train tonight. Zach Randolph, 25 points, 13 rebounds, and of course his coach, known as the L Train, when he played in the NBA, won a title with the Portland Trail Blazers in 1977. Played for Dr. Jack Ramsey.
It's always good when you can slip a little John Fogerty in there and get the big train from Memphis going. That dude's a big train, and I got that on my 8-track also. But I tell you what, Randolph has been big this game, and you know, hey, let's not forget Gasol. Boy, his running mate at that 5 spot. They put up some big numbers for the Memphis Grizzlies today.
47 combined points. Conley finds it, cutting Allen. Gasol in traffic, denied, and a foul. With 2:27 remaining in game 1. And Memphis up 4.
I mean, nice little drop off there, and everybody's coming up. Oh boy, I tell you what, the whole cavalry's coming on that one. Everybody's going up, and they're trying to get it. You're going to earn your points right now in this game coming down the stretch, Matt. These last 2:27.
Bonner picks up his third. Here's Gasol at the line. He is 6 of 8. And 6 of 9. Memphis 19 of 28 in the game on the season. 75%. 45 attempts by San Antonio from the line. 34 of 45.
Well, I tell you what, you better have about 50 to end this game. These last possessions, you better put your head down as you see another miss by Marc Gasol. Better put your head down for San Antonio. Get to that line. Make these referees call the foul.
2-possession game. 2 key free throws missed by Gasol. Here's Bonner. They need a three. He got it.
The Red Rocket coming up big when they needed it. Now he's going to have his hands full there trying to guard Zach Randolph. They double team Randolph right away, get the ball out of his hands immediately.
Allen, and he is fouled. 1:47 remaining in the fourth. Memphis by 1. Matt Bonner, his first field goal of the game. It's a 3. He led the NBA in three-point shooting.
And they needed that one badly. Boy, they've lived and died on 3 all year long. They've had a heck of a time generating them today, the three-point shot, San Antonio. That's due to really good Memphis defense. 3 straight misses from the free throw line for Memphis. If you want to win playoff games, Matt, you gotta make your free throws down the stretch.
75% on the season. 4 straight misses by Memphis. Parker, step back. Duncan, kick out. Bonner, can he do it again? Got it. 2 in a row, Matt Bonner. San Antonio with the lead. San Antonio by 2, back-to-back huge threes for the Red Rocket. Matt Bonner.
Yeah, you're gonna see right here in the screen and roll what happens. Randolph chases Parker into the paint. The shot goes up. Oh, great offensive rebound by Timmy. And what happens when you chase the ball down? Leave a wide open three-point shooter, and Bonner's hit 2 huge threes for the San Antonio Spurs. All right, now for Memphis, get the ball to Randolph. See if they'll double team, see what happens, but try to go to your horse down there in that post and see if you can get a foul or get a basket.
San Antonio on an 11-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes. During that stretch, Memphis has missed 4 free throws. Turnover. George Hill, and he's fouled by O.J. Mayo. He stumbles right into him and runs him over.
Right now off the turnover, you're going to see George Hill going down. I mean, if you're O.J. Mayo, you just cannot foul him in that situation. Get back. Try to set up your defense. Don't put him on the line for 2 freebies here.
O.J. Mayo fouls out. 13 points on 5 of 13 shooting. 30 minutes. George Hill, the first is good. 10 of 12 from the free throw line. You look at the numbers of Hill and Parker at the line, a combined 22 made free throws.
Oof. And then you're looking at 28 attempts by the starting, 29 attempts by the starting backcourt for San Antonio. They lived at the line.
All in the third and fourth quarter, not all of them, but close to them. Gasol on the inside. Hill and Parker combined 23 of 29 from the free throw line.
Great drop off there by Tony Allen to Gasol for an easy layup.
They were 3 of 6 in the first half. Memphis led by 7. Parker, shot doesn't go. Randolph right there for the rebound. 98-96 San Antonio. Battier, the 3 for the lead. Rattles it in. Memphis by 1. Battier acquired at the trade deadline from Houston. Back in Memphis. Hill from the corner. No! Tap by Battier to Allen, and he's fouled with 10.2 remaining in the fourth. And the veteran, Shane Battier, comes through.
Oh, cool as a cucumber out there, lines that thing up and knocks it down, and the Memphis bench just explodes. They know they are in great shape right now. What a big shot by that man right there, Shane Battier. Now you got to step up and make the free throws, Matt. We talked about it earlier. They had missed 4 in a row here during this run by San Antonio. Now to Tony Allen, you got to step up and you got to knock these down.
2 of 5. 198 Memphis. 10.2 left. Spurs trying to get this game won without Manu Ginobili. That one bounces around and through. And Memphis with a 3-point advantage, 101-98.
Yeah, 10 seconds to go. I think right now, if you're San Antonio with 10 seconds to go, you're going to have to try to set up something. Either have a hard attack, get to the hole, get to play the foul game again, because Memphis hasn't shot the free throws that well. See if you can foul Gasol, or maybe even Tony Allen made those 2. But play the foul game, and if you drive hard and there's a wide open shooter, whether it be Jefferson or Bonner, you throw it to them, they'll take the 3. But I think they have one more hard attack, try to play the hard attack to the rim by San Antonio, and play the foul game in here a little bit and see if you can get a free throw miss by the Memphis Grizzlies.
And Kevin, this is another great finish here at the NBA playoffs. You saw yesterday 3 great finishes.
Yes, and another one right here. I mean, this is the best time of the year. NBA basketball is so much fun to watch. I mean, I'm watching this thing and I'm excited. I mean, it's a great game. You got the grit and grind of the Memphis Grizzlies going. You've got the San Antonio Spurs trying to find out how to win a game without their closer, Manu Ginobili. So again, to sum it up, if I was San Antonio right now, hard drive, try to get 2, play the foul game. But if somebody breaks wide open, a Jefferson or a Bonner or one of your top 3-point shooters, let them get it. I think you might see Gary Neal in the game here for San Antonio also.
They are the top 3-point shooting team in the NBA. Second best mark in franchise history, better than 39%. Matt Bonner hit 2 big ones back to back. They give San Antonio lead. Now they trail by 3. The Grizzlies have never won a playoff game in franchise history. 0-12. They were swept by the San Antonio Spurs the first time they ever advanced into the postseason. Jefferson. Pass deflected. Hill scrambling. Gives it up. Duncan gives it up. Jefferson. Shot doesn't go. And the Grizzlies take game 1, 101-98. Their first playoff win in franchise history.
Great look by Jefferson. He had time to line it up and shoot it just off the back pinner. But what a big game by Memphis. It looked like they had let this game slide a little bit, but they kept fighting back, and they find a way to win their first playoff game ever. And look at that man right there, Lionel Hollins. He coached them up today, and great job by Coach Hollins there. And Gasol and Randolph were the difference in this game, I thought. You know, Conley got him off to a great start, but those two big horses controlled the paint.
Randolph and Gasol combined for 49 points. Memphis ends a game on a 7-0 run over the last 106.
And the amazing thing about that, they had just given up a big run to San Antonio, and you thought, okay, this young team's going to fold, but they didn't fold. They just kept on fighting. They kept on finding a way, and a lot of nice plays by Tony Allen down the stretch, defensively and offensively.
And then, of course, you have Zach Randolph, who's standing by with a Mark Fine.
All right, guys. Hey, Zach, first win in franchise history in the postseason. How's that feel?
Man, it feels great. You know, it feels like a ton off our back. You know, we came out, we fought hard, we believe, and it's just the beginning.
You did what you usually do, points, rebounds. Talk about how it was for you in there against this squad.
I mean, it was a tough game. You know, it was a physical game. You know, them players, the Spurs, you know, they veterans. So, you know, it's going to be a tough physical game. And it was, and that's what I expected. We just kept fighting.
How about Marc Gasol? Twice his season average in terms of points out there today.
Hey, man, Marc is great. He's one of the best young centers out there. He works hard, and he plays the right way. So, you know, I love playing with him, and he's going to be an all-star.
All right, all this talk about experience being a difference in this series. You guys come on the road to get this win. Is there any bit of you that's surprised with how the young guys handled this?
Nah, not really, because our young guys been playing great this whole season. Been stepping up, and that's what we expect from them. And they got confidence, and they believe that they can play good no matter what we play in regular season or playoffs. So, you know, give it up to the young guys.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, guys, back to you.
Big double-double for Zach Randolph. Maybe Charles Barkley is right.
Well, right now he's looking good, but I anticipate San Antonio coming back. And this is going to be a dogfight series, though. This is going to go 6 or 7 games before this one's decided.
The Grizzlies end the game on a 7-0 run to take game one, 101-98 for Kevin McHale, Mark Fine. The rest of our outstanding crew, I'm Matt Devlin, saying goodbye from San Antonio. You've been watching the NBA playoffs on TNT, exclusive home of the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals. Now, let's go to Atlanta and send it to EJ. Ernie?